Looking to buy the new Baby Q? Then this could be the video for you. Now don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those barbecue products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Weber fans, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be unboxing the new Weber Q1200n. Now for those of you that aren't aware, there is another version of the Weber Baby Q. You can still get the old version, but here in Australia, the Q1200n is available. So let's jump in, get it unboxed, and see how good it is. It says you can fit at least 9 burgers in there. It does come with a high domed lid. So there are still 2 versions of this that you can get from Weber, the one with the high dome lid or the one without the temperature gauge. Also, it's pretty easy to clean that. I have changed a few designs on there. Whether it's going to be better than the original Baby Q, we'll have to open it up and see. Once we're all unboxed, it does come pretty pre-assembled like the original Q. So let's just get this opened. Right, so inside we've got our instruction book and warranty. We've got our battery for our igniter. And it actually comes with side tables. So that's quite surprising. It looks like they've changed the design of the burner. The ignition system looks pretty much the same. They have changed this outlet here. So if you remember the older Q, we had a little circle and it was a little bit of a pain to block up a lot with grease and just make it awkward trying to fire it all down that little hole. The bowl itself looks pretty reasonable. It looks a little bit bigger than the original Baby Q. On the old Baby Q, I did struggle a little bit with space. So let's get this assembled and then have a final look around at what differences there are. So our side tables just slot in like so. It's a lot easier to fit than the original Baby Q, so you're not unscrewing things. So you just lift that up, drop that in, and slot that down. Well, as you can see, it's pretty easy to assemble, exactly the same as the original Baby Q. We can see the handle design has changed a little bit, and so is the thermometer. This is actually in 2 separate parts. Whether this will be a little bit better than the original one, the only thing I found with the original one was if you leave it outside and it does get wet, sometimes you can get a bit of condensation in there. So obviously if you've got a Baby Q, I do recommend if you're leaving it outside, make sure you've got a cover for it or actually pack it away when you're not using it. So let's jump in and look at the features of this new Baby Q 1200n. What we've got is redesigned side tables. They do come with attachments to hang your accessories on, which is pretty cool. They do seem a little bit stronger, not as flimsy as the original Baby Q. Now what I noticed that they have changed is these are removable, so they just lift up and pull out. Whereas the other Baby Q ones, when we wanted to remove them, we just fold them inside or just leave them out. I think Weber have changed this purely because a lot of people were folding them in while the Q was still hot and they were melting. So that's a pretty reasonable change to that. Whether you can get K-on versions of these in stainless steel, it'd be nice if K-on could do something like that, like they did with the original Baby Q, because I do find with the original Baby Q, the side tables were a lot stronger with those K-on side tables. And on the cheaper version of these, you do get the piezo ignition. If you get the higher lid, and it's literally $10 more as normal, you get the electronic ignition, and it's literally a AAA battery. So if it does stop working, just change the AAA battery, pop it in, and away you go. And then twist it to tighten it up. So also what they've done is they've moved the collection tray for that fat, so there's no fiddling on the side of the Q. It's all on the front and it's literally a pull and out it comes. Change your tray, put your new tray in and then slot that back in with ease. What I found with the original Baby Q was the collection tray would blow over time if there's nothing in there, and a lot of people did have issues getting it to fit. Weber have actually changed this so you can't fit any trays but the Weber trays I'm assuming they have, because height-wise now, you're not going to be able to use the cheaper trays. You're going to have to use the Weber ones. At the bottom, we have actually got 4 rubber feet. So if you're using it on a side table now, you haven't got to worry about it sliding around. These are pretty sticky, and even having it on my marble table, it's not moving. So when you've got it outside on that external table, if you're not using the stand, it's not going to move around while using it. Looking at the grill plates, they look the same, but they're actually not. So as we look at the grill plates, I've got an original BBQ grill plate here. The width wise, you've got an extra inch on the new Baby Q1200n. Lengthwise, we've got about ½ inch. So the Weber reckon you can fit at least 9 burgers on this. I'd say that's a pretty decent amount, and because they've expanded that area, it will give you that extra space for cooking those roasts. What I did find with the original BBQ was with that original trivet, it was quite small if you've got a big chicken and you did struggle to fit those roasters and vegetables around the edge. So let's hope that we can fit a medium Q trivet on this and get a lot more vegetables around here. One thing I want to check out is whether we can fit our casserole dish on this. So let's check it out. Right, so your original trivet should fit on the Q, and then we've got our casserole dish. So this is the family size casserole dish that I did struggle to fit on the original BBQ. So just lift that up. And that fits. So that's one fantastic part with the new BBQ. You can fit the family size casserole dish on there. So the on and off for our gas has moved from the side to the front. We've got a different Q sign on here. They've done away with the Q sign on the actual Weber Q itself on the lid. So that's gonna make cleaning a lot easier. So on our gas switch, we've got 3 settings. 1, 2, 3. They're also marked 1 to 7. So we've got 1 is the lowest setting, 4 is the medium setting, and then obviously 7 is your ignition and the high setting. And then again, we just turn it off like so. What we've got is a little clip on the back for our gas pipe. So that's going to help when you're packing it away, if you're keeping it in a bag or storing it away ready to go camping. It's a pretty good idea. Save you running that tube inside the Weber. It just makes it fit a lot easier and just keeps it away out of sight, and probably less chance of it getting damaged. Now looking at the gas connection, they have changed it. So if you remember in the old Australian versions, we used to have to screw it on the inside. They've gone for the American style here, so it screws on the outside. And if you're worried about that, the Australian gas bottles now have got dual connections on that fitting, which means you can connect the old ones inside where you screw them in, or you connect these ones, which is going to be a lot easier to connect that gas from your Weber barbecue. Now don't forget, everything to use the video today, there are links in the description for the best place to get those barbecue products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so let's jump into the final thoughts of the Weber Q1200n. Is it a good deal? In my opinion, yes, you get the bigger cooking area. You can fit that casserole dish, which is a fantastic improvement. So you're not limited to those BBQ attachments. You can cook up to 9 burgers on this. So the one feature they have done that I do like is the fact that they have moved the collection tray from the side round to the front, which makes it a lot easier to install and replace those fat trays. So they're going to be quick and easy to replace. You're not going to have a chance of burning your hand or anything like that. It does come out with ease. The disadvantage to it is they have lowered the height of that collection tray, so you can't use the cheaper ones that you would buy from Coles or Woolies. They're not going to fit, so that's a bit of an issue. So you're going to have to use the Weber ones. I think that's one of Weber making it a little bit of extra money. Unless you can get trays that are actual same height as the Weber trays, you're going to be limited to using those trays. As we jump onto the side tables are plastic. I'm hoping K-On will make some stainless steel ones that do slot in like this. I think it is a good design. It's a better design with these side tables not folding in, especially people who haven't changed them, because you can melt them if you close them in when they're hot on the old BBQ. The other great feature with it is we've got the bigger cooking area, so you can cook up to 9 burgers on this. Look, with the shape of the lid being changed as well, you've got a lot more space, so you can be able to fit a bigger chicken in here, as opposed to what you could fit on the old BBQ. With the shape of that lid, you can fit the casserole dish on there, so any family casserole dish or family frying pan will fit on here with ease. And I reckon you probably can fit that medium Q size trivet on here to get a bit more cooking area around for your roasters when cooking that roast. The other thing I do like is they have changed that gas connection, so it does does screw on the outside as opposed to the inside, which makes it a lot easier because I did find it awkward sometimes trying to connect the gas to the gas bottle. It just took quite a while to do that. So that's a good feature by Weber. I think it looks like it's going to be a great product. I think it's going to do really, really well. And if you're looking at getting a baby Q, I'd highly recommend this version over this basic Q1200 because you get the included side tables, the bigger cooking area, and you've got a bit bigger space at the bottom for scraping all that grease and grime down into that collection tray. So let me know down in the comments below whether you bought the new Q1200n. If you're thinking about investing in one, I'd highly recommend it. The only thing that's not going to fit on here, I'm assuming, is going to be your Weber rotisserie. So again, thanks for watching, happy grilling, and I'll catch you next one.